Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. We're almost at the end of the month, which means it's time for another end of the month full garden tour. And let's get started. We're going to start at the green stalk, and this is what you're currently looking at. And the bottom tier holds turnips, and they have really recently started to take off. If you remember a few videos back, I moved the green stalk from where it was located to where it is now. And I also put the turnips, which were on the top tier, previously on the bottom tier, and they are starting to look real good. I don't see any turnips forming yet, but the plants themselves are looking great. And in the middle row or middle tier, the five vacancies that you see, this one here has a green onion in it. The other ones, I planted spinach in them and nothing has come up as of yet. Maybe this spinach was old, the spinach seeds were old, or maybe it's because spinach is always my bugaboo trying to grow. So we'll give it a little bit more time. If not, we'll plant some more spinach seeds. The top two tiers have Big Daddy Greasy collards, and they are looking well. On the second tier, we have two spaces that have green onions, and they're doing good too. In this bed, we have a bunch of collards, three different types specifically. We have Southern collards, Big Daddy Greasy collards, and Georgia collards. And all of them are looking good. They're starting to take off. They're liking the cool weather, and hopefully soon we will be able to harvest from them. In this bed, we have a combination of onions that I started. They were Creole and white onions, and the Texas sweet onions that I got from Haas Tools. There are also a few cabbages. There were 4 cabbages that I planted. One has since died of this variety here, which is Flat Dutch. So you can see this variety, this plant has died. The other one is okay, but should be doing better, and the two here should be doing better. Okay, on the other side of the U-bed, we still have our forever green peppers, and due to the weather, they're looking a little stressed, but still surviving. Still looks like they're producing fruit. They have dropped some leaves, however. And here we had some California black-eyed peas, and they are looking the worse for wear. And I think that my experiment has proven that in weather like this, they either need to be covered or you can't grow them. You have to grow them inside. In this bed, we have some of the onions that we got from Haas Tools. They're coming along well, starting to really green up. It's time now to shoot the nitrogen to them and try not to overwater them or anything like that. In this brassica bed, we have a broccoli that has started to form here. And we also have cauliflower I'm sorry, Brussels sprouts rather. And the Brussels sprouts plant looks like it's starting to have little fruit or form on them. We also have more broccoli in the bed. So the plants themselves are looking fantastic. I believe this is a cauliflower plant. I don't see the label anymore because the leaves are starting to curve down here. But uh, these plants are looking phenomenal. In the next brassica bed, we have mustards that seem to have finally gotten over whatever was on attacking them. And I don't see any aphids or anything like that anymore. We have another type of mustard here. We have more cauliflower, and we have a cabbage that is huge here. The leaves are starting to form in, curve in on themselves, and they're looking great. In this brassica bed, we have two different types of collards. We have Georgia Southern, Georgia collards, and we have the Vates collards. And for Thanksgiving, we harvested from them, and they have come back a lot. So it'll be time to harvest again from them. I'm shooting the nitrogen to them. They're loving this cool weather, and I can't wait to have more of them. The cabbages that I have, we have a green cabbage and we have red cabbage here. The green cabbages are starting to form heads, and it looks like the reds are as well. Things are looking good. This is my bell pepper bed, and I have covered them due to the weather. They're still connected to the drip system. I haven't looked at them recently or anything like that. This particular plant I did not cover. Um, the weather seems to have affected it some, but it's still alive, still producing. In this bed, we have two different types of radishes. We have the French radish, and we have the cherry bell. And I see is a lot of foliage, nice and green, but I don't see too many radishes or anything. So I'm not sure what the cause of that is, but the plants are healthy, but I don't have the radishes that I was looking for. I see where maybe they're starting to form, but we'll keep an eye out on these. Here we have the lettuce. The lettuce is looking good. Um, now that it's cool, it's not bolting or anything like that, doing good. We have more turnips, uh, purple and white, and they are starting to grow the tops a lot. Hopefully, the roots will be growing as well. This bed housed my okra, heavy hitter okra, and basil. And due to the cold weather, the basil plants gave up the ghost as well as the okra. This one plant here that you see, it was alive recently and it looks like it still is. I have one piece of deformed okra on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this particular bed. I know I need to amend it and add a lot more soil to it, but the other beds were a higher priority. This one really isn't as of now, but I will be doing something to it. Here is a Scotch bonnet, and I didn't cover it or anything like that. It was blown sideways during Hurricane Helene, and never stood it back up. But nature finds a way, and it is growing and producing peppers. Last but not least, this bed has my carrots. Now, while I don't have as many carrots growing as I wanted, I do have carrots. They're not big or anything like that. I haven't pulled the roots, or haven't done anything to them other than feed them. And hopefully they will continue to grow and we get a pretty decent harvest. Okay, here in Pepper Row is vacant pretty much. I have moved most of my peppers inside the greenhouse. I have a few containers out with plants in them. This is one of them. This is a purple broccoli, and it has a little head that's actually forming here. We have the cowhorn pepper here that's wrapped. We have eggplant that is wrapped, and we have two squash plants that are wrapped. The squash plants I wrapped after one of the really cold blitzes that we have, and it was not looking. Both of them were not looking well. I wrapped them because they actually had crookneck squash growing. Had the plants. I'm sorry, the fruit actually growing. So I wrapped them, and they're still connected to the drip system. So I'm not sure when I'll come out and check and see if they're doing okay or how they're doing. The weather here in northern Florida has been weird. One week it's comfortable with temperatures in the 70s during the daytime and in the 50s at night. The following week it's freezing at night and chilly during the daytime. So I'm not sure when I will uncover them. And last but not least, we're here in the greenhouse and we're looking at the peppers that I mentioned a few moments ago. These are some of my super hots that we have here. Here's a um, Santa Fe pepper plant, and we have more Scotch bonnets. These are this is one of my blackberry bushes that I have. Here is my papaya plant that I started from seed earlier in the year. Looks like it is fruiting. And we have more pepper plants in the back here, and more over there and there. And here's another of the um, blackberry bushes that I have. In the spring, I want to put these out in the area that I want to grow my fruit at, and hopefully we will have blackberries. So I want to thank you for coming along with me while I gave you the end of the month tour here at the homestead. Things are progressing well from the summer garden into the winter garden. And before you realize it, spring is right around the corner. So, sometime before the end of the month, if not in January, I will be starting seeds inside for the spring garden. And we'll keep always having food growing all the time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, take a moment to consider doing so. I can grow a lot of food for myself and my family, but I cannot grow the channel without your help. I know a lot of you watch my videos, so go ahead and subscribe too. Every little bit will help my channel grow. If you are interested in becoming a member of my channel, consider doing that as well. 3 to 5 times a month, I will have member only videos and member only chats. And depending on the participation, I will have free seed giveaways. So until next time, always remember to give God the thanks, for without Him, we are nothing. Stay blessed, stay strong, and grow, grow, grow. Happy New Year to each and every one of you.